So someone said something the other day that stopped me in my tracks. And essentially what they said is that in the next couple of years, it's going to be almost impossible to build a personal brand. And the reason is because artificial content is going to flood every platform, and especially YouTube. And we're already seeing that here in 2025. AI is coming out all over, mainly in shorts, TikToks, Instagram, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily long form, but it's starting to come out, and it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow and be more prominent. And the moment I heard that, I thought of everyday creators wanting to start a YouTube channel, people wanting to start making videos and grow something real and start earning money before they're even monetized. An analogy that this person used was like an airport. And essentially what they're saying is like the AI content is kind of like fog rolling into the airport, right? So if you're an airplane, if your channel's the airplane and you are taking off, or you've taken off already and you're in the air, you can keep flying. You can keep going up. You can go higher to the point where you're going to be visible. But if you wait and you don't start taking off until the fog rolls in, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. You're going to be stuck in the fog and not stand out to anything. And the big thing here is that people are losing trust with what they find online. And so this is the main purpose of this video, is to help encourage you and help you know that if you start now, you can start building trust. The further we go into the future, in the next couple of years, it's going to be harder and harder to build trust and for people to learn to trust you, because there's going to be so much AI content out there. So before I go any further in this concept, I want to tackle the question, or I guess the problem or whatever, that people may have with personal brands. And a lot of people that I work with, or that I'm in communities with that are YouTube creators, don't feel like they're necessarily building a personal brand. A lot of them want to build a YouTube channel for fun, or maybe just an extra little bit of income on the side. But the reality is that anytime you are posting on social media, you are building a personal brand, whether it's just for fun, whether it's, videos that are helping people, or actually, videos that are leading to your offers and things like that. That's a personal brand. It's not a website. It's not a logo. It's not, the color scheme. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about when you're online, you are creating a personal brand. And so here's a couple things that I wanted to write down to tell you about this. It's simply trust that people have in you as a creator. That's what a personal brand is, right? Their trust in your experience. So as a real person, you have experience. Okay. They can trust that. The trust in your perspective. So obviously everybody has their own perspective on what they've done, what they've experienced, and what they're talking about. And then they trust that you are real, which is a huge thing coming up in the next few years. What's going to be real? What's going to be not? So these three factors build trust. And that is what a personal brand is built on, is trust. So an example to share from myself in my own walk, when I started my other channel on DaVinci Resolve and editing, I didn't think of it as a personal brand. I didn't think of it as anything other than I wanted to start a channel that talked about editing and video stuff, right? So I built that not thinking about a personal brand. But the reality is, because I started showing my face, because I started making videos on it, people started to show trust in what I'm saying. They watched my videos, they took my advice and tried different things that, changed the way they edit. It fixed some problems with the software or answered questions they had. There was trust building in my personal brand that I knew what I was talking about in DaVinci Resolve, and I actually edit in DaVinci Resolve and that kind of stuff. So I didn't think of it as a personal brand, but it is a personal brand. And I'm in a number of communities where I'm known as the person who edits in DaVinci Resolve, and any questions that come in, the moderators and the people that run those communities like tag me in those questions and bring me into that conversation because I'm known that. That's a personal brand. And that trust has built more than 1,300 subscribers and 135,000 views in the last year. So again, I'm not saying that to try to gloat. Obviously, those are really not that huge of numbers in a year-long, channel, but there's 1,300 people that have put trust in what I'm saying, and there's 135,000 people that have watched my videos and gained some form of trust in what I'm saying. And all this grew naturally because I was just showing up and I was just making videos. It wasn't because I was planning my personal brand. I just showed up and made the videos. Before I go on to what this means for you and how you can easily build your personal brand, I just wanted to mention that I'm thinking about starting a coaching style community where you can get support, accountability, and clear guidance on how to build your YouTube channel and earn from it before you're even monetized. If that sounds like something you're interested in, the link in the description below will send you to the interest list. Fill out your name and your email, and you'll be the first to know when that goes live. All right, so what does this mean for YouTube creators? I've listed out a couple of things here. One, trust is going to be the most valuable currency on YouTube, and we kind of touched on that. Trust will be the most valuable because AI content will be everywhere, and no one will know what's real and what's not. Artificial content will make real creators stand out instantly. And this is something to be excited about. Is you might think of this as doom and gloom, but the exciting part is if you're authentic and you're a real creator, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb compared to all the other crap out on YouTube. The third thing is if you start now, you give people time to trust you. And this is what I want you to get out of this video is starting now is crucial to build that trust long-term and to build the audience that is going to trust you in the future, instead of trying to build trust when everything is out there and no one knows what to trust. The fourth thing is that your brand is simply the feeling people get from your videos. So don't think of personal brand as the marketing and the logo and color scheme and all that. Think of it as the vibe that you give off on your channel. What do people feel when they watch your videos? What do they get from you? What are your personalities? That's your personal brand. And the fifth thing is you don't need to be big. You just need to be trusted. It's all about the trust in the long term. If you want to grow on YouTube or turn it into a business and start earning before you even monetize, then it's really important that you build trust. You can't build trust if you don't put anything out. Your viewers need reps to be able to trust you. They need you showing up time and time again to help them with problems. And they can just watch you in a talking head video like this. You don't need to do anything special with your videos and your edits. Just be there for your viewers and they'll begin to trust you. Okay, so how can you build a personal brand without really even trying? I have another 5 things I've written down here. The first thing is film simple talking head videos that show your personality and your perspective. Don't worry about having to do all the flashy edits and all the things that you see on Mr. Beast's channel or some of these bigger content creators. Film simple talking head videos where people can see your personality and they can see, your perspective on what you're talking about. Number 2, teach something you already do or are learning in real time. So this is really important. You want to teach something that you already have perspective on and experience with, or you are learning it live and you're teaching it live, right? The third thing is share one small personal insight each video. Okay, it creates connection. So you want to share something personal because then people start to see your personality. They start to see what you're doing. I've talked a number of times about the other channel and what I'm building there, but also just this is a raw video of me talking in my car, right? So there's a little bit of understanding of my personality. Just by that, I'm not trying to make it flashy. I'm not trying to wow you with visual effects and motion graphics and things like that. I'm trying to just give you the content that's going to help you grow. Okay, so start small and with personal insight. And then the fourth thing is build videos your future business can grow from, not random uploads. So this is overlooked by a lot of new creators. They think, let me just throw out as many videos as I possibly can. If I can do 2 or 3 videos a week, I'm just going to grow. You won't grow. Ideas are king across YouTube. Your idea is the most important thing to getting views on YouTube. It really is. So you have to be structured in your mind about, what kind of videos you're going to make. You don't have to know it all up front, but think about what you want to build on YouTube and do something that's fairly close to that, right? When you start making videos, because your future business, the future, income and the things that you're going to be building will come from that. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing is to remember you are building trust, not perfection. We're not going for perfection. We're not trying to be the best YouTuber out there with the best lights and lens and motion graphics and all these things. You're not looking for perfection. You're looking to build trust. So the fog is rolling in and YouTube is going to have a ton of that content on there. But guess what? You're going to stand out because you're real and you have a personality, you have experience and a perspective. And I want you to share that in your videos. You don't have to be afraid to look at all the other stuff and get your titles and hooks and all these things right. Just be yourself and start building trust with your audience.